You open your eyes to every wavelength of light in the universe. Visible light is now a tiny sliver of a chaotic spectrum. Radio waves, X-rays, and gamma bursts flood your retinas. The world is no longer shapes and colors. It is an infinite, blinding noise. Everything glows. Every cell phone in the city emits a pulsing, neon haze of radio frequencies. Wi-Fi routers bleed iridescent webs across the walls. Power lines hum with a visible electrical throb. Heat manifests as a thick, shimmering fog. Cold objects turn a deep, void-like black. The simple act of looking at a toaster becomes a psychedelic experience. Your brain struggles to categorize this flood of new, useless information. Ultraviolet light reveals hidden patterns on flowers and insects. Suddenly, the skin of every human looks oily and alien. Infrared turns the world into a thermal map. Veins pulse under skin. Breath leaves the mouth as glowing clouds. These colors have no names. They are hues that the human mind cannot logically process. The optic nerve becomes a bottleneck. Data packets crash. The brain attempts to map these signals to known colors. Purple becomes a scream. Red becomes a vibration. The sheer volume of photons triggers a massive neurological seizure. The visual cortex is operating at 100% capacity. One stray flash of a camera now feels like a physical blow to the skull. Then the atmosphere changes. The air itself begins to glow. Nitrogen and oxygen atoms are no longer transparent. They are luminous, vibrating curtains of light. Every breath you take looks like a swirling galaxy of neon gas. You are swimming in a luminous soup. X-rays enter the chat. Walls vanish. Clothing becomes irrelevant. The world is now a collection of skeletal frameworks and dense organs. You can see the calcium in a stranger's teeth and the slow beat of their heart. It is a medical nightmare. Every person in the room is a translucent ghost of bone and gristle. This is not a superpower. It is a privacy catastrophe. You can see the contents of every sealed envelope and the internal gears of every locked safe. But the light is getting harder. These photons carry more energy. They don't just bounce off the retina, they pass through it, they tear through molecular bonds. Your eyes are no longer reflecting light, they are being irradiated. The biological hardware is failing. The cellular structure of the iris begins to fray under the constant bombardment of high-energy radiation. Gamma rays arrive. These are the most energetic photons in existence. They don't just pass through you, they shred your DNA on contact. The cosmic microwave background radiation fills every void. The entire universe is now a flat, humming sheet of white noise. Stars are no longer distant points of light. They are blinding, violent pillars of radiation that stretch across the sky. The vacuum of space is suddenly crowded. You see the remnants of the Big Bang as a permanent, searing fog. Every supernova in a distant galaxy hits your retina like a flashbang. The energy density is astronomical. Your brain is no longer processing images. It is processing a continuous stream of high-energy particle collisions. Thermal energy builds up in the vitreous humor of the eye. The fluid begins to boil. The retina detaches. The optic nerve is cooked. You are no longer seeing the world. You are feeling the universe dismantle your molecular structure one photon at a time. The transition from sight to incineration is remarkably fast. The escalation becomes physical. Light is energy. Too much energy in one place creates heat. Because your eyes are absorbing the entire electromagnetic spectrum, they act like miniature solar furnaces. The moisture in your corneas evaporates instantly. The eyelids fuse shut, but the light does not stop. Gamma rays ignore eyelids, they penetrate the skull. The brain is now a piece of charcoal being heated by a cosmic microwave. Neurons fire one last chaotic time. Every memory you have ever had flashes across your mind in a billion colors that don't exist. The skull reaches a critical temperature. The calcium begins to glow. You are now a human-shaped light bulb emitting a spectrum of radiation that would kill anyone standing within 3 city blocks. The surrounding air ionizes. Lightning arcs from your fingertips to the nearest grounded object. The floor beneath you turns to glass. Your physical form is a localized disaster zone. The energy output is equivalent to a small nuclear reactor having a very bad day. You are no longer an observer. You are the event. The process of seeing everything has effectively turned you into a short-lived biological supernova. The final collapse is silent. The brain vaporizes. The body becomes a cloud of incandescent plasma. For one brief microsecond, you are the most luminous object in the solar system. You have finally achieved the ultimate goal. You see everything, every star, every black hole, every stray radio wave from a distant civilization. It is a total, unfiltered understanding of the cosmos. Then the energy dissipates, the light fades, you are now a very hot, very thin layer of ash on the pavement. Your estate attorney is not pleased. The resulting plasma blast destroyed 4 city blocks and a historic library. Because the incident was caused by a biological mutation and not a product defect, your health insurance refuses to cover the damages. You are billed for the cleanup. Your eyes are gone, but your curiosity remains. Subscribe to the What If Club to see what happens when we drop a piano on a neutron star. See you in the void.